Hello everyone, this is where welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about DHCP. So let's see what is DHCP first. DHCP is dynamic host config configuration protocol. That is the definition of the DHCP. So why I need it? What is the use of DHCP? DHCP is use it use it to use it to deliver IV configuration, subnet mask, and, modern and etc. Oh, So the use of the DHCP is used to deliver the IP configuration, subnet mask, and DNS more to client machine. So shortly, any device in the network need the IP address. So how we are going to give the machine, the PC or any device in the network need IP address to communicate. So how we are going to deliver or give the IP address to the device in the network? So we have three ways. The first one is manual. The first one is manually. We assign manually. The next one is the HCP server. This means automatically. The second one, and the third one is alternative. Alternative. Alternative when if there is no DHCPs in there is no DHCPs assigned, so the client will take the IP address from alternative. The fourth one is APIPA. APIPA. This one is can if the the PC or client the device fail to get the IP address manually or the HCP alternative way, the PC will give the IP address called APIPA. This IP address is not routable. The computer will not the PC or device will not communicate in the network if he get it a paper. So let's see the first way how we can give manually to the this is the command short one ncpa.cpl. So let's the first way is we are going to assign by manual. So 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 let's open. So now let's assign automatically manually to IP address to this PC. So right click in ID forwarding properties. Now we assign automatically the IP address. This is the PC now is assigned IP address automatically. So the next way is let's see how we can assign the HCP. So this is the way the HCP if the HCP server is available. Right now I don't have the HCP server available. In the next video we'll see how we are going to install the role of the HCP, then the configuration, how we are going to do the configuration. So in case let's say the scenario that we have the HCP, so we'll choose this one, obtain IP address automatically, obtain address automatically. Okay. So in this way, like the PC will ask the HCP server for the IP address when we select the option obtain IP address automatically. And the third option is alternative. So alternative means if I assign if I choose the option to obtain the PC IP address automatically, and the CV servers fail to give IP address to the machine or to the client, there is another way alternative. I put here address, IP address, let's say 192 192.168.100. So, if the PC fail to get the IP address from the DHCP, it will get from alternative. So another option is APIPA. APIPA, like if there is no any alternative and there is no any DHCP server available, the client or the device will give automatically the APIPA IP address. Let's see here if we can get now APIPA. Still, we are not getting, so save it. This is, so now let's enable again. So now we'll get APIPA. So this is APIPA 169.24. This is the APIPA. This is IP address is not routable. Then if the PC get this IP address, will not communicate within the network with another client or with another machine. So let's back to our graph. So as we can see, we say we have manual. Manually, we can assign the IP address to the PC, and the second one is the SCP. The third one is alternative, and the fourth one is APIPA. APIPA is not routable. And so why we not stick in the manual? So the drawback of manual is that, let's say if you have 100 PC and assigning manual, it will be very difficult. Like every device in the network should have unique IP address, and to track the manual IP address will be very difficult, more than 1000 or 100 machines. So the network engineer came with the idea of DHCP, dynamic host configuration. So this is dynamic host configuration protocol. This server. This server is automatically assign IP address to the client in the network. This is in the network automatically will give IP address by according to your configuration. So let's give the scenario. Let's draw. I have here. Let's say I have PC here, PC1, PC1, and then I have the SCP server. Let's call it this is the SCP server. This is already configured. This is the SCP server. So now when the PC come on the network, it will send discovery. So let's make arrow. It will, I think I don't have arrow. So let's say, so it will send a discovery to the DHCP. So it will the PC in the network will say, is there any DHCP server looking for the IP address? So it will send the discovery message to the DHCP server. So in the next, the SCP server will come back with the offer. We call it O. Let's say write O here. O. And then the PC will return back with the request R. The R requesting the IP address, and the DHCP will come back with the acknowledge. We call it acknowledge. So So this process called door acknowledge. So this procedure is we call it this DORA. So we call it DORA. Write together DORA. This is DORA. Discover the PC will discover if there is any SCP, and then the SCP will send offer. Then the client again will send the request, and then the SCP will acknowledge. So after the PC get the IP address from the SCP server, there is one thing called leasing duration. The leasing duration means how long the IP address will be reserved for the particular PC. So this is up to you. You can configure it for 1 day, 2 days, 8 days. The Microsoft, if you are using a Microsoft Windows server, the default is 8 days. But depends on your circumstance. Maybe if you have the network in the cafe or restaurant, if you make it 1 day, 2 days, better. Let's say example, if you make it 8 days and the SCP will run off the IP address, because when we are configuring the SCP address, we are creating pool or like scope of IP address, and it can be completed or you can be run off the IP address. So this is the overview of the SCP server. And the next video will talk about how to install the SCP role, and then we will see how to configure the SCP server, and we will create the scope, and we'll see how we are going to create the scope and how we are going to um, authorize the SCP before we create the scope, and then we will see how we are going how the client will get the IP address from the SCP server. So until next, thank you watching for thank you watching my videos.